Have you ever found yourself mindlessly scrolling through social media at 3 a.m., knowing you have an important meeting tomorrow? Or maybe reaching for that third slice of cake despite promising yourself you'd eat healthier? We've all been there. In the heat of the moment, giving in to temptation feels good, but later, that guilt and regret creep in. Hi, today we're diving into an ancient philosophy that's more relevant than ever: the Stoic approach to self-control. But don't worry, this isn't your boring philosophy lecture. I'm going to show you how these timeless principles can transform your daily life, helping you make better choices that align with your values and goals. We often think of self-control as this superhuman ability, something only a select few possess. But the Stoics believed that self-mastery is a skill, and like any skill, it can be learned and cultivated through practice. In this video, we'll explore 3 powerful Stoic techniques that can empower you to overcome temptations and live a more intentional and fulfilling life. The Stoics were masters of the mind, and they understood that our impulses, our urges, don't just appear out of thin air. They're triggered by external stimuli, something we see, hear, or experience. Imagine this: you're trying to eat healthy, but then you see a plate of freshly baked cookies on the counter. The aroma hits you, and suddenly, your willpower crumbles. But here's the thing. The Stoics taught us that between that stimulus, the sight and smell of those cookies, and our response, reaching for one, lies a crucial space, a moment of choice. It's in this space, this pause, that we have the power to change our destiny. The next time you feel an urge, an impulse taking over, hit the pause button. Don't react immediately. Count to 10. Take a few deep breaths. And in that space, ask yourself, will I thank myself tomorrow for giving in to this impulse? Does this align with my values and goals? This pause, my friends, is incredibly powerful. It's not just some philosophical concept, it's backed by science. Modern neuroscience has shown that this pause literally rewires our brains. It strengthens our prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for decision-making, planning, and yes, you guessed it, self-control. Think about it. When we react impulsively, we're letting our emotions, our primal instincts, take the wheel. But when we pause, we give ourselves a chance to choose a different path, a path aligned with our higher selves. This isn't about suppressing our desires, it's about understanding them, becoming aware of them, and then making a conscious choice. It's about responding, not reacting. Remember, self-control is not about being perfect, it's about progress. Each time you practice the pause, you're strengthening that self-control muscle, making it easier to resist temptations in the future. The Stoics believed that true strength comes from embracing discomfort. One of the greatest Stoic philosophers, Seneca, practiced what he called voluntary discomfort, deliberately putting himself in challenging situations to build resilience. Now, I know what you might be thinking: voluntary discomfort, why would I willingly subject myself to that? But here's the thing, life is full of discomfort. We can't always control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond. By choosing to face small discomforts head-on, we train our minds and bodies to handle the bigger challenges life throws our way. Think of it like this. You wouldn't expect to run a marathon without training, right? Similarly, you can't expect to have unshakable self-control if you shy away from every little inconvenience. Start small. Take a cold shower in the morning, skip dessert, wake up early. These might seem like insignificant actions, but they are powerful exercises in self-mastery. Each time you embrace a small discomfort, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than you think. You build that inner resilience, that mental toughness that will serve you well in all areas of your life. Remember, it's not about seeking out suffering, it's about understanding that growth happens outside of our comfort zones. Think about it. When was the last time you accomplished something you were truly proud of? I bet it involved some level of discomfort, some pushing past your limits. Voluntary discomfort is about building that mental fortitude, that inner strength that allows you to persevere even when things get tough. It's about reminding yourself that you are capable of so much more than you give yourself credit for. We often get swept away by the allure of immediate gratification. That slice of cake, that extra hour of scrolling through social media, it all seems so tempting in the moment. But the Stoics were masters of long-term thinking. They knew that true fulfillment comes from making choices that align with our values and goals, even if it means delaying gratification. One powerful technique they used was the visualization of consequences. Before giving in to temptation, they would vividly imagine the full consequences of their actions, both positive and negative. So, the next time you're faced with a choice, hit that mental play button. Imagine yourself giving in to the temptation. What happens next? How do you feel? What are the long-term consequences? Now rewind that tape and play it again, this time choosing the path of self-control. Imagine yourself resisting the urge. How do you feel now? What are the long-term benefits? This visualization technique is so powerful because it brings those future consequences into the present moment. It allows us to make decisions from a place of clarity and awareness, rather than being ruled by our impulses. Think about it. When we give in to temptation, we're essentially prioritizing our present self over our future self. We're sacrificing our long-term well-being for a fleeting moment of pleasure. But when we practice the visualization of consequences, we start to make choices that benefit our future selves. We begin to see that the short-term discomfort of resisting temptation pales in comparison to the long-term rewards of self-control. Remember, our lives are the sum of our choices. Every decision we make, big or small, is shaping our future. By practicing the visualization of consequences, we empower ourselves to make choices that align with our values and create a future we can be proud of. Let me share something personal. Last year I was addicted to late-night scrolling. My work was suffering, and I felt constantly tired. Using these Stoic principles, I transformed my relationship with technology. Now, my phone goes off at 9 p.m., and my mornings are incredible. Here's your challenge. Pick one area where you struggle with self-control. For the next week, apply these 3 principles. Pause before acting. Embrace small discomforts. Visualize consequences. Share your experience in the comments below. What area of self-control are you working on? Let's build a community of modern Stoics supporting each other. Remember, as Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more practical ancient wisdom in modern life. And don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay updated on future videos.